thing.
Kevin is not going to be happy.
Live from the MPTV studios in Brewtown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's Student Operations Day 2014. The students of Milwaukee Area Technical College's television and video production program have taken over the airwaves and are ready to bring you 16 hours of student-made art. So go on, enjoy yourself, kick your feet up, relax, sit back and enjoy the show. It's the smart thing to do. And now, here's your host, Tanner.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Student Operations 2014. I am your host, Tanner Burke, coming at you live from Milwaukee Public Television, located in beautiful downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And for the next 14 hours, the students of Milwaukee Area Technical College's television and video production program have taken control over the station in an effort to bring you what we are calling Smart TV. SMART stands for Student-Made Art. Everything you'll be watching today is 100% produced by us, the students. We have comedy, we have drama, we have cooking shows, documentaries, live concerts, and tons of behind-the-scenes looks at what it takes to make all this happen. Let me tell you, it's not easy, but we've been working pretty hard, and we hope you enjoy everything we put together for you out there watching today. We also are really excited that we get to interact with everyone watching out there today on social media. We're in the 21st century. Give us a shout out on Twitter at StudentOpsMPTV and check out behind-the-scenes photos on Instagram at MPTV Student Ops. We also have a Facebook page. Just search for MPTV Student Ops 2014 and give us a like while you're there. We're going to be running hashtags throughout the day, so keep an eye out and let us know what you think. Remember to keep an eye out on this part of the screen for updates. And I'm looking at the clock, and it's about lunchtime, isn't it? How about a little entertainment to go with your lunch? Because why not? I like a little music when I eat, so let's check out a music video produced by our own Samantha Gritzmacher. This is Vesper by Milwaukee's own The Invaders.
Mr. Bond. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die.
Again, that was Vesper by Milwaukee ska legends, The Invaders. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook and Reverb Nation. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to sit back and watch our first full show in the live block. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. This next program was created by student producer Soon Vu and takes a look at the life of local breakdancer Yosha Antipov. This is Break the Beat.
B-boying, also known as breakdancing, was born on the streets of the Bronx in New York City among the black and Latino youth. It quickly got the attention of the media and exploded in the 80s, being featured in big-budget Hollywood movies and gaining attention from all around the world. Many people have little understanding behind the movement and think of it nothing more than a fad, but even to this day it is alive and well. We take a look into the life of Alexei Antipov, also known as B-Boy Yosha, a 24-year-old student attending the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. He immigrated with his family to the U.S. from Russia when he was just 14 years old.
I started breaking back in Russia after meeting some people who were dancing at the school dances.
His name is Alex Prosekin, and he's the one who got me really serious right before I moved to USA, actually.
Since then, I really liked breaking. He taught me a couple moves before I moved to the United States, and then once I moved to the United States, I was just practicing with my brother for a couple of years in our basement by just watching YouTube and just getting really motivated. I found out about this spot, the practice spot called Latina Community Center. That's where all the Southside B-boys would go and train. That's where I met Crumbles and Scribbles. And we decided to make our own crew. We decided to practice at UWM, so that became our Gravity Benders spot.
I've known Yosha for about around 2006, like the summer of 2006. Like I said, we all used to break at the place called Latino Community Center, and then all of a sudden, one day, these two kids run in, two Russian guys. We're like, who are these guys, And I don't know, I met him around that time, and man, he was totally different at the time, they didn't speak complete English at the time. I feel like half the time they didn't even understand what I was saying, but he came in these super neon pajama, oh no, not pajama, parachute pants. He had these parachute pants he used to break in when he was younger, and I was like, what the heck? We're who are these guys, And I feel like some of this stuff is I feel like people put him as an underrated type of person, when I think he deserves way more than that, for how much time he's putting into it, he might approach it in a different way, but definitely he goes for it for what he believes, I run a group called the Ways of the B-Boy, and I feel like everybody has their own way, and I feel like Yosha's on his own way right now, so his way is how he is gonna get up there, I have my own way, everybody has their own way, so how he does his stuff and how he trains is his way of the B-Boy, so and I respect him for it, I maybe not agree with it all the time, but I do respect him for what he does, and I hope nothing but the best for him,
What are you doing in there, man?
Well, I started performing 5 years ago. How I got to perform is the older guys. Mijo is over there. Mijo and Alex, they just asked me because they needed some extra person, and I was getting better each year. So they decided that I was good enough to do performance. So I started performing here. So I've been performing here for 5-6 years, and every year I perform here and have a lot of fun. I have a little wrist problem, but it's getting better.
Jeff Adrian at line 2.
Wait, why is such a like a plastic thing?
How I get gigs is I basically, like right now, I send emails to all the festivals just saying, hey, I'm Josh, I'm a professional breakdancer from a Gravity Bandits crew, and I ask them if they will be interested in the breakdancing show, and if they say yes or no, and then me sending a lot of emails trying to push it, basically trying to sell myself. That's how I get all the other gigs. Really, like Milwaukee Box is always there, so I don't need to worry about it because I'm employed by them, and Milwaukee Box give me opportunity to perform every day at the Summerfest as well. But all other shows, it's just basically you self-advertise. It's pretty difficult. I mean, you have to always, if you want to have gigs, you actually have to like kind of work for it. You have to keep sending emails, keep calling, asking them. Same thing goes for Wisconsin Awards to get sponsored and stuff like that. It's work. So Slim is a OG breaker. He used to break back in the day when I was not having hair. Now he's just trying to kind of help the community as well. So that was his first Cypher Jam that he hosted, and I helped him to host, and I helped him to run the battle brackets, and I also just volunteered to DJ as well. And he hooked me up with a free vending so I could sell my shirts. He's opening a studio. It's called Ill Threads on Southside. It's like a studio. He's trying to help the community as well, just like me. I encourage kids bring their parents because I really want parents to be involved in it, because I feel like to have a successful sport or something like that, you need support from everybody.
Когда Алексей был маленький, он был очень подвижный, был худой, маленький, худенький. хиленький, щупленький. В самом детстве я решил его отдать на спорт, потому что у нас в России были распространены очень сильно восточное единоборство. Мы жили на Дальнем Востоке недалеко, рядом с границей с Китаем, с Норth Кореей и с Японией рядом, потому что мы Far East, город Владивосток. И все люди занимались там восточными единоборствами. Ушу, дайдзюдзюку, карате, дзюдо, самбо. Я отдал своего сына в спорт, и он начал заниматься карате. Потом постепенно ему понравился брейк-данс, и он перешел на него, начал заниматься им. Так что продолжает им заниматься по сей день. No, he has problem with the doctor because doctor said about you very thin body, not good healthy, needed give you a lot of pills, lot of medicine. For us, very big surprise because doctor said about my son, this very small, not good health. What? My son first place in the big city Vladivostok in the karate do, daijujuku, first place around in the city. What are you talking about? This I said to the doctor. Да, я хотел, чтобы, конечно, он вырос по дедушкиным стопам пошел, потому что дедушка много лет работал в авиации. Pilot, big air company this. Дедушка у него всю жизнь занимался спортом. Я занимался спортом тоже очень много, но у меня было много разного спорта, и больших результатов ни в одном я не достиг, и поэтому было бы хорошо, чтобы мой сын Алеша достиг в чем-то, в каком-то одном спорте или в том же брейкдансе, который...
Был маленький, он такой был подвижный, очень любознательный, потому что за ним нужно было всегда смотреть. Вот. И ростом он маленький тоже был. Помню, в садике тоже, когда в садике ходил, все подростки его были выше. А потом он уже начал расти. А вначале маленький, худенький, его даже думали, что он выглядел намного младше, чем он был на самом деле. Он очень любит тем, чем он занимается. Это мы поняли с папой, когда видим, сколько времени он проводит для своего спорта и как он увлечен этим спортом. Счастья желаю и всего хорошего, удачи.
Growing up with Yosha was really competitive. I mean, we would always argue and fight for the things we both wanted. And since he was older, so he would get the first pick. He started breaking because his friends did it. I started because he did it. Because since I was younger, I would always follow his footsteps. And when he first started breaking, I guess I watched him for a while. Then I was like, oh, maybe I should try too. And that's how I got into it pretty much. Yeah, I think Yosha has been doing a lot for the breaking community, especially in Milwaukee scene. He been hosting his own competition for the people in Wisconsin. He been teaching other people how to break, and then he's one of the biggest dancers in Midwest because he been qualified for the Red Bull BC1 qualifier in Midwest 2 times.
The Russian Terminator, Yosha Gravity Benders, Milwaukee.
I'm flying to Mexico tomorrow, and this is actually my first ever international battle that I'm actually feel like a very important person because I'm getting flown there. I mean, I went to Korea, but for my own money and then not for the battle, but this actually I'm getting flown. Hotel and food, everything paid for. I won the qualifier from Midwest in Chicago. And as a prize, of that battle was the trip to Mexico at the Latin America Finals International. So I'm very excited.
Woo!
the skill they had there was like very like crazy, and then it just was amazing. And it just makes me want to go battle more and just keep trying to win more battles to get flown out and try to get to international level, you know. I mean, I had fun battling and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like I beat the guy serving that first place. Yeah, but it was the best trip I ever had. I mean, even the crowd were so hype and energized. It was crazy. It was a very good experience. I mean, I met a lot of people. I even teamed up doing we decided to do a super crew with like people from Brazil, Venezuela, and Dominican Republic, and the USA guys from here. I mean, that was the people that I kind of look up to, and when I watch like international battles, I actually see them competing there. And actually, when I went to Mexico, I actually teamed up with them, and I was in the same team, and that was it was a big honor battling with like a big name b-boys, you know. So it makes me feel good that I actually got to battle with them on the same team.
And again, that was Break the Beat by our own Sun Vu, who is standing here with me outside our control room where all this TV magic happens. Now, first off, let me just say, you got to stop making such great stuff because you're making us all look bad. So,
thanks, man.
You're welcome. But aside from that, now tell us a little bit about Break the Beat and how you came to decide on that topic for your op show.
Well, I came about this topic because I guess I'm involved in the dance community, and I always wanted to do something about dance and breakdance. And so I met Yosha a couple years ago. He's a friend of mine, and I saw what he was doing, and then, with me in the program, I thought might as well capture what he's doing and just show the audience what the world of breakdancing is and let them see the beauty of it. So.
Absolutely. Well, it's a new art. Shouldn't say new art, but it's definitely a fantastic art. Is this something that the community in Milwaukee is thriving in, or is there a big reaction to breakdancing in Milwaukee?
Yeah, actually, Milwaukee it's growing. The Midwest in particular. I know like a lot of the dancing scene is known like in the West, but Midwest is growing, and Yosha is actually a big player in that. He organizes events and holds competitions.
Okay.
And battles between different cities and stuff like that.
Really?
So it's a growing community. So.
Cool. Well, what kind of events do they have? I mean, I know we talked a little bit about El Pastel and Seven to Smoke. Are those widely popular in Milwaukee here, or are they nationally based?
Actually, El Pastel was held in Mexico, and it's kind of like a Latin America qualifier. So they had people from different countries come and compete. And Yosha was actually flown out there along with some people from the U.S. and different other countries, and just go there and compete. And Some of the Smoke is actually a little competition that they have inside.
Okay.
Big event. They have it all over, and it's just something where it's like it's point based, and then there's judges, and then it's really whoever has the cleanest and creative moves and stuff like that, they win each round.
Awesome.
And then Yosha got second, but
cool, man.
Still going.
Well, it was a great show. Keep up the good work in your future endeavors. Now we are joined by a couple of my friends out at Superior Equipment and Kitchen in St. Francis. And so aside from the fact that we're broadcasting here, we are broadcasting live out there. And my friend Nick Fearer is out there. Nick, can you tell us a little bit about where you are?
Yeah, thanks, Tanner. I'm out here, like you said, at Superior Equipment and Supply out in St. Francis, and I'm here with Josh Nyland. He is one of the students along with us for this program, and he produces a show called Cooking at Home, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to tell me a little bit about that show that you got?
Yes, the whole premise of Cooking at Home was pretty much, I don't want any professional cooks on here. This is all family-based, cooking style, and I wanted to make it easier for the viewers, to not be discouraged by, I'm not a professional cook or nothing like that. It's family food making, and it's easy to make, so that's why I made the whole show for that purpose. And it's inside the kitchen of these people, too, so it's not at a fancy place or nothing. It's, at-home equipment that they can use as well.
Oh, wow. It sounds like you have a real passion for cooking, bringing it to people like that. Well, what do you plan on doing with your education after all this?
Well, after my education, I plan to go out and try to find a career somewhere. Probably, camera operator, directing, producing. MPTV, MATC really, teaches you a lot, in different fields. So anywhere where I can get my foot into the door, that would be perfect. I don't have any specific spot that I want to go into. It's just, anywhere I can, get my foot in.
Okay, that's fair. You're gonna get a chance to see his show later on today. Can you give us a sneak peek on or talk about what we're gonna see later on with your show, Cooking at Home?
Yeah, sure. I'm having 2 segments on the show, and one of the segments is going to be by Susan Tilke, and she's going to be making a sour cream turnover, and the other one is going to be by Sharon Robinson, and she's going to be making hot wings. So it's perfect for, summertime cooking, and it's perfect for the family.
Okay, cool. So what is your favorite thing to cook, personally?
Well, after I watch some of these segments, because, I run out of ideas so much of what to cook. So after watching this, after seeing my segment, the hot wings really brought it to life. After editing that for hours and hours in, it was real, I don't know, it had my stomach growling for hours. So, that's, I'm starting to make that now. But, it's all the above. And that's why I like, doing these type of shows, because not only do I get to have the chance to film it, but I'm also able to, experience, the live cooking, so I can, talk to the people as well and, get deeper inside,
how they really made it and stuff like that.
Right, because you feel like cooking is something that everybody should be able to do.
Exactly, and especially nowadays with families, people go out a lot and fast food and everything, and I'm trying to get away from that, and I want people to start realizing maybe if you cook at home, it's easier than you think.
Okay. All right. That was Josh Nyland. Please stick around. Stay tuned. Catch his show, Cooking at Home. Right back to you, Tanner.
Thanks, Nick. Folks, let me tell you, hosting a television show is pretty stressful. It requires a lot of dexterity and both physical and mental conditioning to be the best. And as you can probably tell, I work out. So I'm pretty amped about this next show. From student producer Samantha Gritzmacher, let's take a look at Alternate Workouts, a program that showcases some ways to stay fit, just like me. And in the next 26 minutes and 46 seconds, I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups.
To try something new. But hopefully with these workout suggestions, you'll be able to try new exercises and become happier with your physical life. This is Alternative Workouts.
Pilates is a set of exercises that's really about strengthening and lengthening your spine. So it's full-bodied spinal exercises where you use your breath, use control, precision, and you're really extending and lengthening your little muscles as you strengthen really from the inside out. So a lot of times at gyms you're pumping a lot of weights and you're running really hard and you strengthen just the big muscles. Pilates is about connecting your whole body together, and so that you're really strong, like I said, from the inside out, and your core really is what keeps you all together. So it focuses on not just the abs of your core, but like from your feet all the way through your hips and legs, through your center, and all the way up to the top of your head. So it's a full body set of exercises, and it's just a lot of fun. Everyone balance on your sits bones. Inhale here, stand. Yeah, you just go to the other side, look the other way. Kick feet down, open your hands off your butt, look the other way. Pilates is actually really low impact, but high results. Pilates is a great complement to other kinds of exercise. Pilates and yoga work well together. Pilates and running, like I said. Pilates and basketball or weightlifting. It really helps you prevent injuries, have a strong back, helps you sit at your desk better and work on your posture. People noticeably can tell the difference if you take Pilates on how you hold yourself. Well, what I would say to people is what Joseph Pilates said about it. And he said, you take 10 sessions and you'll feel different. You take 20 sessions and you'll look different. And you take 30 sessions and you'll have a whole new body.
Well, I got started with Pilates about 6 or 7 years ago. I wanted to do something different. I had seen a girlfriend or a friend of mine, and she was really in shape, and I asked her what she did, and she did Pilates. And so I was getting married in a year, and I thought, this is what I need to try, and I love it. I've been doing it ever since.
And then we shoot our hands out, legs out, hands out. And keep your legs on, stop your planner, round to the left, exhale to bring it up, roll around your spine, along the side, inhale down, lift slowly forward, push into the center. It's a full body smile. Last one. Good, straight
go to the gym, I would run, I would do step, I would do aerobics, and I'd be in shape, but I never felt like I looked how I wanted to. I never felt like I looked toned and lean and long, and ever since I've been doing Pilates, that's how I've felt. I always feel like I see results with Pilates.
Everybody else agree with that?
I think once you get bit by the bug, I think that's the way a lot of us describe it, is you start out by learning a few steps, and the next thing you know, you're kind of doing it all the time, and you don't realize why you're doing it all the time, but it's just so much fun you can't stop doing it. So I just kept doing it, and I knew right away that was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I think at Fred Astaire Dance Studios, the majority of what we do is based around social dancing. Most people want to come in and feel comfortable and confident with what they're doing so that they don't look like a fool when they go out on the dance floor. That's pretty much everybody's main goal. Anybody can participate in dancing. There really are no limitations to it. I think the most beautiful thing about an organization like Fred Astaire is we are one of the few places that you will see people that are 7 years old and people that are 90 years old and everything in between. You'll see couples, singles, people who are gonna get married, people who are already married.
I went into the Air Force when I was in my early 20s. Went into the Air Force and I messed up my knees when I was in the Air Force and couldn't dance anymore. In fact, I had a hard time even walking, and as of 2 years ago, I was using a walker and had been for 2 years. 18 months ago, I had one knee replaced, and then 9 months ago, I had the other knee replaced. Because of the knees, I'm not supposed to do any high impact stuff, so I can't do any kind of jumping or, so no basketball, no soccer, no anything like that. And when I asked about dancing, my doctor said, yes, go for it. So this is the best physical therapy I've ever had.
When you do it, you don't feel like you're exercising. You don't realize that you're putting that much effort into something, that much work, because even though your heart rate's getting up and you're sweating, it doesn't feel like when you're running. It doesn't feel so labored.
I used to be a runner, and a runner is kind of mind-numbing. You just kind of run. I ran a marathon actually, and you just kind of turn your mind off and just keep pacing. Now I ride a bicycle for 40, 50 miles, and it's basically the same thing. But dancing is an exercise of mind and body. So not only are you doing physically something, you're doing something mentally too. And especially a person at my age, it's kind of very important to do things physically and mentally.
The coordination that you need to do it and dance with a partner takes it to a different level.
You use your whole body, and that's kind of hard for me. You first start, using your feet, learning the steps, then you kind of work yourself up to your hips and your shoulders and your arms and styling. So it's kind of from the bottom to the top. That's what muscles you use.
Dancing is all about repetition, and you have to be able to repeat everything a lot, because if you don't, your body doesn't build the muscle memory to do it. So we do give our students homework to do, exercises that they can strengthen their own body and learn how to do particular types of body movements.
We've got people that come in here that have never danced before, and they'll leave here with some of the basic steps. I think it's a great form of exercise, and it's a lot of fun, and try it.
A Zumba routine is a fitness dance party made up of world rhythms for a total body workout. When you take a Zumba class, the muscles that you work all over, legs, arms, abs, total body workout, probably burning between 600 to 1,000 calories per class, and generally it's 1 hour. Zumba can be high impact or low impact depending on the instructor and depending on the student. The beautiful thing about it is you kind of make it to fit your personality and your intensity, so you can bring it up or bring it down. And usually us as instructors, we try to modify that for people, so it can be either. It's very effective for losing weight. Actually, some of my students have their own success stories, and I myself, when I started 3 years ago, I had dropped probably in the first year at least 20 pounds and was able to keep it off by keep dancing. For me, I would say, and most of my students, it's the energy in the room, and you don't even know you're working out. You're dancing, you're having fun. I would say that's the biggest difference than just walking or running. You feed off of everybody's energy.
I was 268 pounds and I needed something to do. I needed something to motivate me, and I fell in love with Zumba. I never felt like pressure for what I was doing. I worked at my own pace. I just ended up loving it. When you look at yourself and you notice yourself and you're smiling, and then you look at the instructor and they're smiling, and you look around you in the class and everybody else is smiling, and you don't care what you look like, drenched in sweat, stinky, whatever, that's the best. That's the greatest motivation, encouraging feeling. So many of us have developed friendships through here. It's not anything that you ever have to practice for. And you know, I've been doing this for a while and I've had great success, and I had an injury, so I feel like I'm finally coming back. But I've had people tell me, you know, oh, I need to lose weight before I do Zumba, or oh, I'm not coordinated enough, or oh, you know, I just can't get into that. And it's an excuse. And it's not just an excuse, but it's ridiculous. If you would just come and try it and see what it's about, and just know, it's just, everyone here is like, come as you are. Nobody looks at anybody crazy. Nobody looks at anyone because they screw up a move. I mean, we laugh at each other, but we're laughing with each other, you know? It's fun. The greatest thing about Zumba is that if I'm having like an off day, or, you know, it's that time of the month or whatever, you can bring it to your own level. You can up it, you can down it, you can do different modifications for yourself.
Kickboxing is traditionally a combat sport. Involves both punching and kicking. There's different variations. There's even just cardio kickboxing, which is just straight workout so you can lose some fat, feel healthy. Well, you pretty much use all your muscles, just at different times. It works your entire body, works your entire cardiovascular system. It's probably the best workout out there.
There's drilling where it's slowed down and you're just trying to work on specific techniques, and then there's sparring where you can still work on specific techniques, but it's full speed and it's actually competitive.
Same as if he kicks me in the head. Right? Because you can't tell.
You can do it high impact or low impact. I mean, you don't have to spar. You basically whatever you want to do. There's different drills. However intense you want to make it, that's however intense you can do it.
I started when I was about 9 in a karate called Okinawan Goju-Ryu. I've done various styles since then, but honestly when I was younger I started because I was like a little wiry kid and I kind of got picked on. So I guess for more self-defense reasons, but the main thing I got out of it was more self-confidence. I mean, the martial arts opened up a whole gateway for me that I wouldn't have had if I had kept going with anything else. I think it has a bad reputation for being just like this brutish sport where a bunch of guys get together and see who's tougher, but really what I mentioned earlier about the confidence, about building yourself up, that's what it's about. If you're a beginner and you don't know what you're doing, no one's going to be mean to you when you come in. Everyone's going to work with you and everyone's going to build you up and you're just going to become stronger because of it. Pretty much anyone who wants to participate can participate. It doesn't matter if they're 5, if they're 95. It's never too young or too old.
If you want to learn, you can, and the only thing holding you back is you.
The on-ramp class is for people that don't know how to do CrossFit, don't know how to do an Olympic clean, Olympic snatch, the clean and jerk, squats for that matter, anything. We start very basic and we take people from children to grandmas. Professional athletes, again, back to grandmas and grandpas. We don't believe that, by we, I mean the CrossFit community, we don't believe that fitness should be determined by who you are. We all need to be healthy and fit. Everything we do is scalable. So when I have people like you've seen this evening at different levels of fitness, we can all do the same thing. For instance, those rings, you saw how I did it and how they did it. Same thing, kind of. Objective is the same muscles used, same triggers triggered, same motor neurons fired up, and they still get to leave with a sense of accomplishment, and that's huge.